Hi creative friends, my name is Ashley the Thrifty Chica, and today I'm going to show you how you can create custom Dollar Tree pot holders for summer. These are super cute and it's going to be part of a two-part series that I'm showing. I'm going to show you how to create the tray in another video. So if you guys want to have custom home decor on a budget, this is a great series for you. Make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future content, and let's get started creating some custom kitchenware. Here are the supplies you'll need for this project. We're going to be working with Sportflex iron-on. This is the strong bond version, and I'm using the color bright yellow. This is ideal for any projects where you're using nylon or polyester, such as sport jerseys. This actually works out really perfectly for this particular project because I'm using these Dollar Tree pot holders, and these are 100% polyester, so they really do need something that would attach well to polyester. So we're going to use this, and also heat resistant tape, a pair of scissors, our cutting machine, and also the Easy Press mat and the Easy Press. Or if you don't have an Easy Press, you can always use a household iron as well. Okay, make sure that you've selected the mirror option so that way your design is reversed. When you unroll your project that you're going to be working with, remember that we're placing it so that it's usually shiny side down. In this case, it's going to be the color is side down, and the back has this kind of mottled look to it. So this is the back here, and we want the color to face down onto the mat. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this and cut it down to size and apply it to the mat. Make sure you adhere it well to the mat. Let's load this into the machine and get started. Unload it. Let's unload our project from the mat. We're going to flip it over and then just roll it away. Since we have two different designs on this, we're going to cut them separately and then we're going to weed them. To weed our project, we're going to start on the corner here. So this is the front of our project and this is the back. We're going to start in the back on a corner. And this is where it's also going to be handy to have your weeding tool because it helps to remove the pieces a little bit more easily. So we're just going to start peeling back from the corner, and this is going to be the outside of the design. So we're creating a pineapple here, and we're just going to kind of pull this down slowly. The nice thing about when you're working with iron-on is it's really easy to weed. I find this one of the most satisfying projects to do because it's just peels away really nicely whenever you're working with it. So you can see the outside looks like a little pineapple. We're going to be removing the letters from the inside here, and that's going to show through. So the idea for this is it's kind of like a relief design where you get the pieces out of there and then the background kind of peeks through. So I'm going to use my tool here, and this is where having a light source handy is so helpful because you really need a light source to be able to see. If you're using something like this one where you have a white backing, it really does help to have a light source nearby. Ideally, we want to make sure that we are not removing the center portions of our design. So when you're removing the letters, make sure that you're holding down those middle sections because those middle sections will give definition to the letters. So right there, we left behind the letter backing for the word E, or the letter E there, and it makes it a lot more visible. So now you can see how it pops out. I think that looks really cool. And we're just going to finish up these. If you're looking for a nice, easy project that's just really fun to do, this is one of my favorite types of projects to do. And on this one, something to keep in mind is just to remember that you remove the little dots for any letters like I on them. That's one of the easiest ones to forget, is either punctuation or the dots for the I. So this one is ready to go. Make sure you remove all of your scraps for iron-on from your work surface, because those will get caught up in your project when you're working on it. And kind of the neat thing is you can kind of see how this is going to turn out. It really is a great type of project for having the background show through in the little design. We're ready to set the temperature. We're going to go ahead and set it to 305 degrees. So I checked out the Cricut heat guide, and that was the recommended temperature for polyester with the Sport Flex iron-on. So we have it set to that. I'm also going to adjust the timing on this. It's recommended to preheat for 5 seconds and then to adjust our timing down to 30 seconds. However, we're supposed to flip and press this for 15 seconds. It's going to be difficult to get heat through this. So I'm going to add a little bit more time to the front just to make up for the fact that we can't flip and press it. So I'm going to add just maybe another 5 to 10 seconds. I don't want to leave it on too long. Our heat press is heated up. What I recommend is to break out either a flat towel or an easy press mat and work on a heat safe surface. It really makes a difference having the mat because it reflects the heat back up when you're working on it. You also would want to take a lint roller to your oven mitts. These are already brand new, so I don't have to worry about any extra lint on them. I'm going to go ahead and add some tape to the front of my decals here, and this will help hold it in place while I'm working with it, and it won't be interfering with the heat on here. So I just like to do this as a method of making sure that my design does not shift or move, and it gives you a much better result that way. So I'm just going to do this on both. And you want to place it where the front shiny side is of the sheet, so that way it's not on the back. We're going to go ahead and heat this for 5 seconds using light pressure. Okay, now we're ready to add our design. I'm just going to go ahead and center this on and use my tape to hold it in place. Be careful, it will be hot. This is a great time for you to break out your parchment paper as well, if you'd like, just as a protective measure. And I'm going to place this directly over the top, and we're going to go ahead and place it with light pressure and let this count down. We'll move this over and remove that. We'll remove the liner when it's cool to the touch. So for now, we're going to move this out of the way carefully and work on our next project. Same thing as before. We're going to preheat this for 5 seconds. And now we'll place this on here, just making sure it's nice and centered. Place your parchment or butcher paper. You don't have to have it, but it's really nice whenever you're working on a project that requires heat. And we're going to use light pressure on this. Normally you would flip and press this as you're working on it. Like after you finish this step, you would flip it and press it for 15 seconds. When you're doing a pot holder that has this kind of rubber backing, that just won't work. So we added a little bit of extra time, but on regular pot holders, that is an option that you can try out. We're going to let these cool down completely before we remove anything from it. So just let them cool and we'll come back. Okay, so these have had some time to cool down. I'm going to go ahead and remove this. So I'm just peeling it away slowly. If you notice that it's not peeling away evenly, what you can do is lay the carrier sheet back down and at the most only give it half the amount of time that you had made it previously. So always make sure that you keep your time as low as possible. You know, follow the instructions, and if you do have to add time, add it in small increments and just check and see if it's held. It really makes a difference when you remove the carrier sheet, so always follow the instructions on the Cricut heat guide. It will tell you exactly when to remove the sheet and the time and length that it takes, and as far as the pressure goes too. So what do you guys think of the finished project? I think this is going to be so fun to decorate our kitchens for the summer. And if you want to check out this tray, it'll be coming up in a video after this one. So make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos like that one. And I hope you're having a wonderful day.